and welcome to the Essential Drum Fills DVD. In this DVD I'm going to show you about 25 different fills which are really common patterns that you can first learn on snare and then put them around the kit in all kind of different configurations, going from the snare to the toms, or going clockwise around the toms, or anti-clockwise around the toms, or from the toms to the snare, using the cymbals and a whole bunch of different things. Now these fills are a little bit more advanced than just your sort of stock standard. Okay, so if you're an absolute raw beginner, you probably want to check out some of the basic fills that are on the the Rock Beat Builder DVDs or the Jazz DVDs, things like that. But the idea of this DVD is to really expand your fill vocabulary with some ideas that are really popular and really common sticking patterns that have been adapted to the drum set. The first group of exercises are going to use a single right flam followed by a number of single strokes and then a bass drum at the end. Okay, so the first one is a group of 4. We're just going to play a right flam, then a left, right, and then bass drum. We'll repeat that. Right, left, right, bass drum. So just get used to that sequence first. Make sure you're practicing it really slow and it's really even, and then gradually build up the speed, and then gradually move the hands around the toms. So now, right from the start, I want to show you an idea that I call the permutation concept, which is something that I went over really heavily in a lot of detail in the Rudiments Around the Kit Around Australia DVD that I did. I'm not going to repeat it for every single fill that I play and show you, but I just want to show you just on this one fill to start with what that is, and then you can go and apply it to every other fill that I show you, or any other fill or sticking pattern that you currently know. Basically, with the permutation concept, if we have this one fill, and let's just think of this as a 16th note fill going 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. Not only is it a 16th note pattern, but irrespective of what subdivision we play it in, it's just a repetitive pattern of 4. Okay, so that's the first thing. Break away from thinking of these patterns as, only being joined or aligned to one subdivision. But even within 16th notes, we can play this one pattern 4 different ways. We can play it with the flam starting on the downbeat like we did. We could shift it across and play the flam starting on the E 16th. That'd be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 E and 2 E and Again. We could shift it across another 16th, play the flam on the and beat. Shift it across again, play the flam on the 4th 16th, 1 E and A. Okay, instantly you can see I haven't changed the sticking sequence at all. Irrespective of where I start that flam, the notes that come after are always flam, then left, right, and bass drum. Okay, so instantly we've got 4 different sounding fills. It's pretty much the same thing, but it's a different sounding phrase from the one fill. And we can go into triplets as well. Now, obviously in triplets, which are 3 per beat, if we're playing this pattern of 4, then it's going to fall around the beat. And that's okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but just be aware that it's not going to land on the downbeat every single time, or as with the 16th note variations, it's not going to land on the same part of the beat every time. Okay, like if we started on 1 E with the 16th notes, by the time we get to the tom, it's 2 E with the flam, 3 E with the flam, 4 E with the flam. Different in triplets because triplets are 3 per beat. This is a pattern of 4. So something like this. Shift it across so the flam's on the middle triplet. And shift it across again so the flam's on the 3rd triplet. Okay, so you can see I'm not going to do that for every single fill because I don't want to sort of repeat stuff that I've already filmed, but that is the concept, the permutation concept. So if you find a fill or a sticking pattern that you really like, rather than going and learning, this is the whole thing, rather than going and learning a brand new sticking pattern or a brand new fill, try and get the most out of the pattern that you've already learned. You've bothered to learn it, you may as well get the most bang for your buck out of it. Okay, so do these different variations, and as you can see, just with going from 16th notes and triplets, so the 4 16th notes plus the 3 triplets, we've got 7 variations, 4 plus 3, on the one fill. Okay, so that's a really good idea. Use the permutation concept for any of these patterns I'm about to show you.